This is a coincidence test or a test of synchronicity, a fantastic mentalism effect with ESP cards. Though the spectators think that they have full control over the symbols, but the end result is simply amazing, simply a jaw-dropping experience your spectators are going to have. Hello everybody, I'm Kaushik Biswas and you are watching my channel Kaushik Biswas Magic. Every week I am uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, or if you have come for the first time, I'll request you please support me by subscribing my channel. If you like this video, please strike the like button. Share this video with your friends and write in the comments how you enjoyed this tutorial and how your spectators enjoyed this mentalism test of synchronicity. Also, don't forget to strike the bell icon for new upload notifications because as I said earlier, every week I'm uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. So, without much ado, let me explain you what the audience is going to see so that you can understand how strong the effect is from the audience perspective, and then I'm going to explain you how to do it. So let us begin with the effect. As there is nobody here today, I'm going to explain you what the audience is going to see. Let us say that the spectators are seated in front and you invite one of them to sit beside you to participate in this synchronicity test. So you are going to test his ESP with these pack of ESP cards. Now you show them that this consists of 25 cards. Here are 25 cards and these are not playing cards but ESP cards. And you tell them that ESP stands for extrasensory perception. So, what is extrasensory perception? Now, these cards have some symbols with the help of which a mentalist, a mind reader, or even a scientist can check the level of ESP of any person. Though these symbols look very ordinary, but they have a very special characteristic. It stimulates a certain point, a certain position of a human mind. So this is what you say, and you show him that there are 5 ESP symbols over here, like so. So a circle plus wavy lines, a square and 5-pointed star or a pentagram. Now these are the 5 symbols and each symbol is repeated 5 times. That means there are 25 cards in this pile including these cards. So saying you say that now we are going to do a synchronicity test and let us check the level of your ESP. So saying you tell him that what he has to do. You divide these remaining cards into 2 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hand these cards over to him. So these cards are handed over to the spectator and these belongs to you. And with your pile you demonstrate what he has to do. It is very simple. You tell him that he has to deal cards one at a time and he can stop at any time he wants to. So saying you show him that you are dealing the cards, you stop here, then the remaining cards in your hand are turned over and placed on top of the dealt pile. Now he can do this as many times as he wants to. Once again you show that these cards are now facing up, it really doesn't matter, and he can deal the cards as many times as he wants to, stop any time and turn these cards over and drop these on top. So once again you can do it if you want to. So you are dealing the cards like so, stop, you turn this over and place this on top. One last time you show them what he has to do so that he do not make any mistake. You deal, say 3 cards, doesn't matter, you turn over the remaining cards and place them on top. So saying, you say that now it is your turn to do the same thing with your pile of cards. Absolutely free choice. He can deal as many cards as he wants to. He can stop anytime, and he has to follow the rule of the ESP test. So let us say that he picks up his pile and he deals the cards like so and stops here. He turns over his cards and drops on top. He does the same thing once again. He deals 3 cards. He turns over the remaining cards in the hand and drops on top. He does it once again. He can do as many times as I told you. He can deal as many cards as he wants to. He turns over the remaining cards and drops on top. One last time he does the same thing. He deals, say, 2 cards. He turns over the remaining cards, drops on top, and he says that I'm happy with that. So now you ask him to look for a face-up card and cut the deck from there. So he cuts the deck from, say, this star. That is the card which is facing up. He can also stop at the next face-up card. It really doesn't matter. So he stops here. You also do the same thing with your pile of cards, and now both the piles have a star facing up at the top. Now you say that. You explain what has taken place so far. You said that his pile was completely out of your control, and he dealt as many cards he wanted to. He stopped any time and he turned over the cards. So it is completely out of your control. But we have done the same thing in the same way. Now let us see whether synchronicity has taken place. So saying, you place these 2 cards and show him that there are 2 stars, a matching symbol. And the next 2 face-up cards are also 2 circles, as you can see. It is also a matching card. Surprising, isn't it? Now here is one face-up card, which is a plus sign, and here is a face-down card. So you put them like so to check later. And the next card is also a face-up and face-down, so you put it here. And you do the same thing with the next 2 cards, but these are both facing down, so you turn them over. Surprisingly, they also match. They also match. And again, you turn over the next 2 cards and they are perfectly matching symbols. Same thing with the next 2 face down cards. They are matching symbols. Isn't it wonderful? These 2 cards are also perfectly matching. Here is a face down and a face up card. We will place it over here like so, and the last 2 cards are placed over here. So here is a face down card, here is a face up card. Let us see. It has a perfect match. It is also a perfect match. A perfect match once again. Another perfect match. What a wonderful high ESP, extrasensory perception, this gentleman has. Congratulate him, and you have just amazed your spectators. A jaw-dropping experience which your spectators will remember for a long, long time. I hope you enjoyed the performance, and this is an absolutely mind-blowing effect. But you have to follow the procedure in the right way. I'll assume that you have no idea about mentalism or magic and ESP cards, so I'll explain as if you are a beginner. You have just started doing mentalism or magic. So these are ESP cards, and you can find these cards very easily from any magic dealer, online or offline, and they are not very costly. So this consists of 25 cards, and there are 5 symbols, as I have shown in the presentation, that there are 5 symbols and each symbol is repeated 5 times. That means there are 25 cards here. And you explain that these symbols have a very special power in them. It stimulates a certain portion of a human mind. And these are used to test the ESP, that is extra sensory perception, ESP. Now, let me explain you what these cards are. These are 5 symbols. There are 5 symbols as I showed you before, and it is very easy to remember the symbols, and you have to stack them in a particular order. I mean, the stacking is very easy. See, this is a circle, and circle is made up of one single line, so its numerical value is 1. You have to remember that. This is a plus sign. It is made up of 2 straight lines, and you have to remember that its numerical value is 2. So 2 goes on top of 1. And this is wavy lines. There are 3 wavy lines, and it goes on top of this. This is a square, and the square is made up of 4 straight lines, and it goes on top of this. And finally we have star. A star has 5 points, so its numerical value is 5. It goes on top of this. You have arranged the remaining 20 cards in the same order. So circle, plus sign, wavy lines, square, star. Plus circle, plus sign, wavy lines, square, star, and so on. This is the arrangement of the cards. You set up the cards beforehand. You put it in the in your purse or anywhere you like, and you are now ready for the performance. During performance, you talk about the ESP cards, you talk about their power, and you put them in a straight line so that your spectators remember what symbols are there in the pile. So you put them in a straight line like so, and you tell that these are the 5 symbols of an ESP deck. Now you turn this over and divide the deck into 2 equal halves. But remember, while you are counting 10 cards, don't count them, deal them one at a time. If you do so, it will reverse the setup, which we don't want. So you don't count them like so. If you do that, it will reverse the orders. But what you have to do is count 1. The next card goes under this. You count 2. You do this very openly. The next one goes under this. So 3, and so on. So you count 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 cards. Now you can ask the assisting spectator to choose any one of these piles. So let us say he chooses this pile. It really doesn't matter, and you explain what to do. You can deal as many cards as the spectator wants. He can deal it, and then the remaining cards in his hand should be turned face up and dropped on top of the dealt pile. So let us say you stop here, you turn this over and put it on top. Now you have done the procedure once. You have to do it 4 times, even number of times, which is very important because there is mathematics behind this trick. So you do it for the second time. You can deal as many cards as you want to. Stop, turn this over and put it on top. This is the second time you have done it. Do it once again. So you say that, have you understood? You can stop anytime, turn this over and put it on top. This is the 3rd time you have done. And finally, once again, you show him, you deal some cards, turn this over and drop on top, and you have done it 4 times, and then say, you do this with your pile in hand. So you place this aside, and the spectator does the same thing, and he can do this as many times as he wants to. So let us say that he deals 2 cards, he turns them over and drops them on top. He again deals 4 cards, it doesn't matter. He turns it over and places on top. And he does it for the 3rd time. and he turns this over and drops on top, and he says that I'm happy with that. So he has done this for 3 times, that is an odd number of times. You have done even number of times and he has done odd number of times. If he has done it odd number of times, you have to keep track of that secretly. So you have noticed that he has done it 3 times, it is odd number of times. In that case, you have to turn your pile over before you reveal the synchronicity. If he has done it for even number of times, you don't have to do anything. You just start dealing the cards after cutting the deck. I'll show you what I mean by that. So he has done it odd number of times. You turn this over and then say that you cut the deck anywhere. So from a face-up card. So he stops, let us say, from the circle. He takes all these cards and puts them at the bottom. He cuts it. He completes the cut. You do the same thing with your pile. You just look for a circle in your pile, and there is a circle. You cut the deck like so, and everything works perfectly now. See, you said that these 2 are matching symbols. These 2, the next 2 are also matching. These 2, you can turn them right away, or you can put them away for the time being for a climax. So you can put them like so and say that I'll put these 2 here, I'll put these 2 here, and these 2 goes here, and these 2 turned and they have a perfect match. These 2 have a perfect match. These 2 are placed over here, and these 2 have a perfect match. You then show that each and every card of both the piles have a perfect synchronicity. It works every time if you follow the procedure. And one very important point is that if you see that when he cuts his deck from a face-up card, and for example he cuts from wavy lines, and you see that there is no wavy line in your pile, then you cut to the next numerical value card. That is this is 3, and you cut to the 4. That is a square. The square goes at the bottom, and this will work. But 99% of the times, if you follow the procedure, if your spectator follows the correct procedure, you'll find a same symbol in your pile too. So if he has done it, once again, let me remind you, if he has done the procedure odd number of times and you have done it 4 times, that is even number of times, you have to turn over your pile before you split the deck from a face-up card. And then you deal the cards simultaneously to see the synchronicity. But if he has done it for the even number of times, and you have also done it even number of times because you have done it for the 4th times, then you don't have to do anything. Just split your pile and his pile from the same symbol, which is facing up, and complete the procedure of synchronicity. I hope this is going to be one of your favorite mentalism effects very soon. Give it a try. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed today's tutorial. See you again next time in the next video. Enjoy performing magic and mentalism. Bye bye.